What is up, YouTube? I got a pretty cool UU match today featuring WePWNPokemon. I am using a UU team again, but this is still a very interesting match, so I hope all of you enjoyed as much as I did. Looking at his team, obviously the biggest threat is going to be his Kingdra, just because I don't really have anything to take water hits under the rain that well, so I'm going to keep Umbreon around for most of the game. Also, I do have Glitter, so I feel pretty confident about walling out my Heracross and the Flygon, so I just got to make sure that those things are contained. He is going to bring in his Flygon here now, and I decided to go with my Porygon Z. I knew that he was most likely going to be choiced, and I didn't really want to trick there, but I did intend to trick on the first turn, which is why I brought him out in the first place. So I decided now to go into my Glitter. He is most likely wanting to go for the U-turn anyways, but I didn't want to overpredict too early in the game. So I go back into my Porygon Z now to double switch. I could have gone for the rocks as he went for his own, but I didn't really want to get poison damage or maybe even earthquake damage if I were to bring in Porygon Z a turn later. But now he's going to bring in his Snorlax. I predicted him to go for that, or maybe even stay in with Glitter. I just want to get something tricked and just cripple it, because trick is such a huge part in this game. So I decided to go into my Glitter now, because I know he cannot do anything with his Snorlax at all, just because of Body Slam, and Crunch is not going to do anything. Even Body Slam, even though it is Stab, it's still not going to do a very good amount of damage. So I decided now to go into my Umbreon. I knew he was going to go for the Rain Dance, so I could have gone for the Earthquake, but I didn't expect Umbreon to live 2 Hydro Pumps. So he actually ends up going for the Draco Meteor, which was a bit strange. Hydro Pump should do a lot more of damage just because it is under the rain, and he also doesn't get the -2 special attack drop. So that was a little surprising. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I decided to now go for the Foul Play, expecting him to either maybe stay in or maybe just go into something else that could receive more damage. I guess he just wanted to get rid of the -2 he had on his Kingdra. So I decided to go for the Foul Play again. He's just going to keep on going for the Body Slam. I guess his Snorlax now is just going to be Death Fodder. Maybe he might be able to try and get a Paralyzation on my Umbreon, and he actually is able to. And since I don't have Heal Bell, I do not have Heal Bell. Don't look at the graphic, it is lying to you. I will not be able to get rid of my Paralysis, and that's going to be very annoying. It's going to play a huge part later in the game, and it's going to really cripple this Umbreon, even though you really won't expect it. So I decided to go for the Foul Play. It is going to knock him out, which is going to be pretty nice. I was able to get the Wish up a turn later as well. So he's going to go into his Heracross. I felt like, I can't really take hits from this thing too well, so I decided to go into Glitter. He can't do anything to me at all just because of Stone Edge, Mega Horn, Close Combat. He does miss a Mega Horn, but really it was not going to do anything. So I decided to double switch into my Darmanitan. I really don't know why I did that. I guess I expected him to either go into Kingdra or maybe even Raikou, so that way I could blow up the Choice Scarf. But he actually goes into Kingdra. I felt pretty confident to knock this thing out. I was banded, and since the rain was up, I thought it was going to be able to OHKO him, but unfortunately it was not going to be able to. He's going to die from his own poison though, or rather his own Life Orb, so that's going to be still pretty nice. So he brings in his Flygon, and I decided to go for the Roost here. I should be able to take these Outrages fairly nicely. I actually expected him to go into U-turn and maybe just go into his Raikou, expecting me not to go for the Earthquake just because, Flygon does have Levitate, and I obviously can't do anything with the Earthquake anyways. But he is going to now switch out and go into his Heracross. Again, I'm not sure as to why he is. It's not going to do anything to my Glitter at all. But I guess he just wanted to try and see how much damage he would eventually get up. I think this thing is a Scarf one, and that his Flygon is most likely the Banded set, just seeing how much the speed differential will play out later on. So I decided to go for the Poison here, and it's not going to work out well for me. I actually rather go for the Earthquake, but I am now able to go into my Porygon Z just because I knew that he most likely wanted to go for the Earthquake, and I'm not going to be able to do anything with Glitter anyway, so why should I stay in and let him set up even more and more? So I decided to go for the Trick Attack. I thought it would knock out Heracross just because I got the special attack boost, but unfortunately it's not going to be able to. He is going to outspeed here, but since I was modest, I don't actually know at the end. Actually, for both Flygon and Heracross, I never know if they're Banded or Scarf. I could calc them, but it is pretty close just because, I don't know. But I decided to fodder my Porygon Z off now because I knew he was most likely going to outspeed anyways, assuming he was a max speeded Raikou. So he is going to go into his Flygon now as I go into my Mismagius. I knew a Shadow Ball was going to do a lot to anything really. So I decided to go for that, not really wanting to sub up and maybe go for the Nasty Plot. I just felt like this was going to be a better move in case also his Flygon was max speed or maybe even a Adamant Scarf. That would have been pretty useless to go for the Nasty Plot because he would have been able to take me out with an Outrage next turn. So now I decided to go into my Gligar, and I am going to go for the Rocks. I actually expected to live another Outrage, which is why I went for the Rocks there and not actually Roosting. So that's going to be pretty bad, just because now I'm not going to be able to live another hit. I am going to need Raikou, or rather Gligar, on for the rest of the game. Assuming actually here, just because he's going to get the Thunderbolt crit, and that's going to do a lot to me, actually going to knock me out. Really going to play a huge part because I needed Mismagius out later just to take care of Gligar. So I am going to have to bring in my Umbreon now. Really my only hope to get rid of this thing. I could have brought in Kingdra, but I don't know. I kind of felt like that I might have gotten paralyzed then, and I thought that maybe after a few foul plays I might have been able to take this Raikou out fairly easy. But you know, looking at how much that Thunderbolt did, and plus he has Rocks up, I'm not going to be able to live after a few more Thunderbolts. So here I decided to go for the Rich. I probably actually would have lived another Thunderbolt, so I could have gone for the foul play there, but I decided not to anyways. So I decided to try and go for the foul play, but I now get paralyzed. It's going to be very unfortunate because now I'm not going to be able to get more foul play damage up on him, and he's actually going to show me he has Calm Mind, and that is scary, my friends. That is very scary because now I am not going to be able to bring in Kingdra safely. I thought I might be able to bring him in and maybe live 2 Thunderbolts just because he's not really having any Life Orb or any leftover shit like that. So you know what, now I'm just gonna have to keep on going for the power play. I can still keep these Thunderbolts in range of where I will not die, and hopefully I will be able to get up a few more wishes. Here I decided to go for some more poison damage. Like I said, I do not have Heal Bell. The graphic that I put up is lying to you. I'm not able to fix it at the moment, but anyways, I decided to go for the poison just to get some more residual damage up. I am having a Fantastic with Protect actually, because I am able to go for 2 turns. Actually, this is like the first time ever I've been able to get 2 Protects up and not failed with the second one, so that's going to be pretty nice. I am able to get up some more poison damage, but the fact is that I'm not going to be able to knock him out with a foul play, and that's because he's actually going to be able to take me out with another Thunderbolt here in just a second. Even after the second Protect, I really thought I was going to be able to live with another Thunderbolt, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to. So really, it's all up to Kingdra. It's basically if Kingdra can live the Thunderbolt and then maybe go for the Waterfall. I don't want to go for the Dragon Dance here just for the off chance he gets the Perilous, and I have had that happen a lot with Thunderbolt lately, so I just wanted to play it a little bit safe. I do have the Resto Chesto, should be fine. But now I am going to go for the, I'm going to bring in Kingdra. I am going to go for the Waterfall. I am praying to God that I live the Thunderbolt, and I do with 14 HP. That is absolutely epic. So I am able to knock out his Raikou, and since his Gligar will not outspeed, I am able to go for the Resto Chesto, and I felt pretty good right now. But I wasn't actually realizing how little my Waterfall does and how much his Earthquake were doing. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem here. As you're going to see, I am going to get the Resto Chesto up now, and I should be fine. But I decided to go for the Waterfall here, and if I were to go for the Dragon Dance a turn before when he still had his Raikou out, who knows, a Waterfall might have done a lot more damage to him. But now I decided to go for the Waterfall. As you can see, it's not going to do that much, and it looks like it's going to be another 2-hit KO here. And unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be able to knock me out with another Earthquake. I am able to get the crit though with the Waterfall. That's going to be very nice, and I am able to knock out his Gligar. Obviously that did matter, but you know, it was crit for crit situation there because I did need Mismagius later on for the game. It would have been a lot easier to take on Gligar, but that was a good game. You know, I had that basically like a couple hours ago, so it's really fresh in my mind. It was a really interesting match, so go check out his channel. He's starting to get new into the stuff, starting to get big in the community. He is a pretty cool dude too. So like I said, go check out his channel, check out mine if you enjoyed the video narration and the editing. Sorry I did not get much battles up to you guys in a while. It's been pretty busy with school and all that. And you know, just trying to get, you know, content on my own channel is kind of my priority, unfortunately. But not much else to say. Yeah, it was a fun match. Interesting. I don't know, just fun. You know, there's this little ticker at the end of the Sunny Vegas video. I'm just waiting for it to go down to 0, and then I can end the clip. But looks like it's going to end here. I will see you guys later, hopefully for a next upload in the coming weeks. So, yeah, see you guys later. Bye-bye.